Hello healthcare customers, I'm Chef Don Hensley and welcome to Martin Brothers Chef to Chef cooking series. Today we're going to be cooking vegetables.
We're going to kick off with the boiling method. We've got some delicious, beautiful grande classic vegetables. What we're going to do is we're going to put them into our colander. This is a 4-pound bag. We're going to use about 2 pounds for our demonstration today. We're going to seal them up and put the rest away, storing them properly in our freezer. Make sure you get all that excess air out of the bag, and away she goes. Now let's head over to the water. We've got boiling water. It's on a nice rolling boil. We add just a little bit of salt so that we can infuse some salt flavor without adding salt later into our vegetables. It's not a necessary step if you're trying to avoid sodium, not a big deal. Now let's take our vegetables, place them into the pot. You want to make sure that you're using a large pot, 2 parts water to 1 part vegetable. So you want to have a lot more water than you do vegetables. If you don't, what happens is the temperature of the vegetables drops the temperature of the water and everything gets cold and it slows the cooking process, so they have to sit in the water longer. Now, it's time to drain out our vegetables. They've come up to temperature. Drain them off in our colander and let's shake out that excess water. And let's just place them on a nice decorative serving dish. Now remember, if you see the residual water there, it's got the vegetable flavor and a little bit of salt. That would be a great base for a soup, a sauce, or a gravy. So you could save that water and not waste it. Let's stack these vegetables high and deep. What an attractive plate. Look at that. Clean up the rim. Remember, we always serve clean plates. And let's take a little bit of our seasoning. Some McCormick, you can use some of the no salt, low salt blends. Just give it a little shake on the top. And boom, we've got some great flavor. Ready to go. Now, we're going to do some canned vegetables. Here we go. We've got green beans, butter, or you could use margarine. We've got a stock pot, colander, and a finishing pan. And a pair of tongs always comes in handy. So what we're going to do is we're going to drain off half of the liquid. We don't want all that excess water. Now we can take this, put it into our stock pot. And again, remember, saving that residual liquid if you want to make a soup or a stock. Get that spread out. Now let's add some of our butter to this, or margarine, whatever you prefer. What we want to do is melt that butter down into the vegetables and infuse it with some nice flavor and give it a little sheen. Now over to the burner. I'm going to go ahead and add just a touch of salt. Again, so I don't salt later and the flavor works its way through the vegetables. The salt is not a necessary component. Now we got some fresh chopped parsley to add a little depth of flavor and some nice color to it here toward the finish. And we're just going to heat them just at the point that they're at surface temperature. Make sure you use your thermometer. Off the heat they come. Now it's time to pour them into our service pan. This would probably be on your steam table. And again, you don't want to have these done 2 hours before service. Just right when service is ready to go, maybe 20 minutes before. Spread these out, and they are ready to go. Now we'd like to steam some vegetables. We're going to use carrots for our steaming technique. I don't have a steamer, but we're going to create one. I'm going to pour my carrots into this colander. I've got them thawed out. You can still probably do them from frozen, but take a look. See, they're pliable, they bend, they're ready to go. Now over here on the heat, we've got a full-size pan, deep pan, with water in the bottom of it, just about an inch deep. We're going to take a perforated hotel pan and insert it inside of there, hence creating basically a stovetop steamer. We're going to pour our carrots into there, take another pan, after we spread our carrots out, to use as a lid to keep all that steam inside. Voila! We've just created a stovetop steamer, if you don't have one as part of your equipment list. Now after our vegetables are hot, we remove the lid. And I saved that lid over there so we don't have water dripping across the kitchen. And I'll take the pan out, give it a little shake, and then move it over to the pan that doesn't have any water. Again, so we don't have any dripping on the floor, create a safety hazard. I'm going to take some of our seasoning from McCormick. You can use a salt-free, a salted, make sure it's got some body and texture to it. Give it a little shake. Also at this point you could place these in a bowl, maybe a little bit of butter and honey, and some chopped parsley, and give them some flavor that way. That works really well for carrots. I'm going to shape these into a decorative serving plate. There we go. Get rid of that little guy. See ya. And just get these all spread out. That looks great. Grab a little bit of parsley. We're just going to decorate this up just a touch. Some whole pieces. And voila. There we go. Steamed carrots. We hope you enjoy our cooking tips, techniques, and recipes here at Martin Brothers. For any questions and additional recipes, visit www.martinsnet.com.